In this video, we're going to be looking at Galatians chapter 1, verse 2 and trying to memorize it. For a start, you can see I've put verse 1 on the screen to give us some context. Let's read through that first. Paul, an apostle, not from men, nor through man, but through Jesus Christ and God the Father, who raised him from the dead. Now verse 2. And all the brothers who are with me, to the churches of Galatia. We saw in verse 1, Paul, an apostle, and verse 2 continues, and all the brothers who are with me. And they are all writing to the churches of Galatia. It's important to emphasize churches is plural. And looking at this phrase here, when we convert that into a first letter prompt, we're going to have WAWM, and we want to try and recognize that phrase by looking at those four letters. Also want to look at the first two words here, and all. Starts with two of the same letter, as well as to the churches of Galatia. And all the brothers who are with me, to the churches of Galatia. As we did in last video, and as I just mentioned, we're going to be removing everything except for the first letter of every word and the punctuation. And I'll remove verse 1 as well. And we will try and remember this. So try and remember that by looking at the screen as a prompt. And all the brothers who are with me, to the churches of Galatia. Let's move on to the next slide. Let's try and review this one more time. So try and recite it from looking at the screen or by memory. And all the brothers who are with me, to the churches of Galatia. That brings us to the review section of our video, where we're going to review verses 1 from last video and verse 2 from today. So try and recite that from memory or using the screen as a prompt where you need to. Paul, an apostle, not from men, nor through man, but through Jesus Christ and God the Father, who raised him from the dead, and all the brothers who are with me, to the churches of Galatia. You might want to practice verses 1 and 2 throughout your day. But that brings us to the end of this second video, and in the next video we'll go through verse 3.